let's talk about something really important: mobile money. For so many of us, it's not just convenient, it's a lifeline. But that also makes it a huge target for criminals. So today, we're going to break down exactly how these hackers are getting into accounts, and most importantly, how you can build a powerful shield to protect your hard-earned cash.
Just imagine this for a second. You wake up, you grab your phone to check your balance, and it's zero. All of it. The money for rent, for your kids' school fees, for groceries, it's just gone. And the crazy part? You know for a fact you never shared your PIN with anyone. So how on earth is that possible? It's a terrifying thought, and today we are going to get you the answers. And right there, that's the thing you have to understand. So many people think a hacker needs to have your phone in their hands. But that's just not true. The most clever attacks, the ones that do the most damage, they happen from a distance. They work by targeting the system itself, or even more often, by targeting you.
All right, so here's what we've got lined up. First, we'll quickly cover how mobile money actually works. Then we're going to dive deep into the hacker's playbook to expose their tricks. We'll look at some real-life impacts, then build your mobile money shield with practical tips, and finally, we'll give you an emergency plan for what to do if the worst happens.
Okay, first things first, how mobile money works. Before you can defend your money, you gotta know the battlefield, right? It seems pretty simple, but the weak spots, well, they're hidden in the details. So here's the basic setup. It all begins with your SIM card. Now that little chip is way more than just plastic. It's basically your digital ID card. It connects your phone number to a mobile money wallet, like MTN MoMo or Airtel Money. Every time you send or receive cash, you're using either those USSD codes, the star hash thing, or a mobile app. But the most important piece of the puzzle? Your PIN. That little number is the only key that unlocks your account and gives permission for any money to move.
All right, let's get into it. The hacker's playbook. It's time to pull back the curtain and see exactly how these fraudsters operate. And I'll tell you, they are smart, they are patient, and they love to target the weakest link in the chain, which, almost always, is us.
So let's start with one of the absolute scariest attacks out there, SIM swap fraud. This is where a criminal literally steals your phone number from right under your nose, and you don't even know what's happened until it's way too late. In the eyes of your telecom provider, the hacker becomes you.
So you're probably asking, how do they even do that? Well, it's a step-by-step process. First, they do their research on you. They find your personal details, your full name, your number, maybe even your national ID from data that's been leaked online. Then they call your mobile provider, and they pretend to be you. They'll have a story ready, like, oh, I've lost my phone, my SIM is damaged, I need a replacement urgently. If their story is convincing enough, the employee on the other end deactivates your SIM. All of a sudden, your phone loses its signal. At that very same moment, the hacker's new SIM card with your number comes to life. Now they get everything: your calls, your SMS, and this is the critical part, your one-time passwords, or OTPs. From there, it's game over. They just request a PIN reset, get the code sent to their new SIM, and just like that, they're inside your account, ready to drain it.
So what you're seeing here are the two key ingredients for a SIM swap: a little bit of your information and a whole lot of manipulation. They use that leaked data to sound believable, but the real trick is what's called social engineering. They sweet talk, pressure, or confuse an employee into bending the rules and issuing that new SIM without doing all the proper security checks.
Now, a SIM swap is pretty high-tech, but the most common way people lose money here in Uganda is way, way simpler. It's called phishing. That's voice phishing. And it's basically a scammer calling you directly on the phone to try and trick you. And this quote from Julius Kaze over at Airtel Money Uganda really hits the nail on the head. It's the classic scam. The phone rings, it's an unknown number, and the person on the other end tries to create a sense of panic or excitement or authority, anything to get you to cough up the keys to your kingdom, your PIN, or an OTP. And oh, they are actors. They'll come up with all sorts of disguises. One day, they're calling from MTN customer care, telling you there's a problem with your account and you need to fix it right now. The next day, it's the most popular trick in the book. Congratulations, you've won a huge prize. All you have to do to claim it is just, verify your PIN. They know we tend to trust these big company names, and they use that against us.
But wait, there's more. Their bag of tricks is deep. You also have to watch out for smishing. That's phishing through SMS. You get a text with a shady link. Then you've got malicious apps, sneaky little things disguised as loan apps or betting apps. They ask for permission to read your SMS, and if you say yes, they just steal your OTP codes in the background. You won't even see it happen. And yes, sometimes the call is coming from inside the house. We're talking about insider fraud, where a corrupt employee sells your data. And finally, a word of warning about public Wi-Fi. Hackers love to set up fake hotspots to spy on your connection.
Look, all these hacker tricks aren't just technical stuff we talk about. They have a real, devastating impact on everyday people. To really feel the urgency of this, let me walk you through a scenario that happens all too often.
Let me tell you about Joseph. He's a boda rider in Kampala, working sunup to sundown. Every single shilling he makes, he saves it on his mobile money account. That's not just pocket change. That's his family's future, his emergency fund. It's everything.
So one afternoon, his phone rings. The voice on the other end sounds so professional, so official. "Hello, sir. This is MTN calling. We are doing a system security update. To make sure your account is not frozen, we just need you to please confirm your PIN." It sounds so real, and they make it sound so urgent.
Joseph, he's a good guy. He wants to do the right thing, to keep his money safe. So he gives them the PIN. The caller says, "Thank you, sir," and hangs up. For a moment, nothing happens. But behind the scenes, the hacker is already moving his money.
And then he gets the message. 500,000 shillings withdrawn. His entire savings gone. Just like that. In one single moment of trust, months and months of hard work vanished. Now, Joseph's story might be an example, but I promise you this is happening to real people every single day.
Hearing a story like Joseph's, it's tough. It really is. But it's also why we're here. So now let's get to the most important part of this whole thing, building your defense. Let's talk about how you can make sure this never, ever happens to you.
All right, this is your defense checklist. Listen closely. Number 1, and this is the golden rule, never, ever, for any reason, share your PIN or an OTP with anyone. Not your friend, not your cousin, and certainly not someone who calls you on the phone. A real employee will never ask for it, period. 2, make sure your SIM is registered in your name with your details. That's your proof of ownership. 3, use a SIM card lock. This is a separate PIN just for your SIM, so no one can just pop it into another phone and use it. 4, only download apps from official places like the Google Play Store, and please read the permissions before you click accept. 5, get suspicious. Any random call or text about you winning money or having a problem with your account, be skeptical. 6, if you have a real problem, go to an official service center yourself. Don't handle sensitive stuff with a stranger over the phone. And finally, number 7, just before you type in your PIN, pause, just for a second. Double-check the number and the amount. It can save you.
Now, even if you do everything right, clever criminals can sometimes find a way. If you even suspect you've been hacked, you have to move fast. Every single second counts.
So here's your emergency action plan. 4 steps. Step 1, call your telecom provider's official customer care line right away. Don't waste a minute. Step 2, tell them you've been hit by fraud and you need them to block your SIM card immediately. This cuts the hacker off. Step 3, as soon as you can, go to a real service center with your ID card to prove who you are and start getting your line back. And step 4, report the crime. Go to the police and also let the Uganda Communications Commission know. The more we report, the better chance they have of catching these guys.
So after all this, here's what it all comes down to. We talked about SIM swaps and phishing calls and all these tricks, but they all depend on one thing. It's not about the technology. It's about your trust. A hacker doesn't really need your phone. They need you to trust them. Their biggest weapon is getting you to believe a lie. So if you protect your trust as fiercely as you protect your PIN, you will protect your money.
Look, knowing this stuff is like having a shield, but a shield works best when we all have one. If this explainer was helpful, please share it. Send it to your friends, your family, your coworkers. The more people who know these tricks, the safer our whole community will be from these fraudsters. Thanks for sticking with me today. Stay aware and stay safe.